What is going on, good people? Welcome on into the Delmarva Sports Insider, the only live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports all the time. I'm Sports Director Trayvon Miles.
And I'm Brandon Bossert. Thank you for tuning in tonight on this beautiful Friday night. We've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Welcome on in, as we always say, to the greatest show in America. Brandon, for sure, we are starting off with some basketball.
Yeah, that's right, Trey. We've got some very interesting matchups this week in the Summer League. We're starting with, tonight, a game between Delaware and Maryland kids, a cross-state matchup.
Yeah, the Maryland Supreme Summer League is closing in on a finish. We've seen great action all summer long up until this point. Now it's time for the postseason. The league held its quarterfinals on Monday. Live 97 against Laurel. This one turned pretty quickly. Jalen DeShields driving in here. Nice touch, kissing it off the glass. 97-5, led by as many as 13 in the second half. Here comes Laurel. The three balls falling all over the place. Kylie's Wilson, how about that one for three? Javier White. Wilson with 16 points. White had 13. Laurel took that lead. You see him swagging. They're coming back. Laurel turning defense into offense. Tyron Kane with the steal and takes it the other way for the layup. He had 7 points in the second half. Laurel outscores Live 35-19 in the second.
Wow.
They go on to win this one 56-48.
Definitely did not see that one coming, Trey.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at some of the other quarterfinals action. Team Self-Made taking on Tech, and Team Self-Made took control early. The 6th seed was stout on defense. The steal, the quick transition. Here's Jerron Smith beating his man to the rim, finishing with the reverse lay-in there. Nice move. Now Tech hung around in the first half. Jeremiah Handy collecting the loose ball at midcourt. Handy going coast to coast there. But Team Self-Made was just too much. Watch this play. The rejection leading to a fast break. Here's the lob for Smith, and he hammers that one home. That is a lock, an absolute lock for our top plays of the week. How about this one right here? This one's behind the backboard. He makes that shot. Team Self-Made, they go on to take this one 60-32, and they are moving on. They had some great plays in this one, Trey.
Yeah, one more game to get to. Youth Care Center and Green Turtle. YCC 6-point lead at half. They built on that in the second half. Green Turtle would cut that deficit back to single digits late. Tri-Beast Wise with a nice jumper there. A little later, it's Luke Murgo. He's going to knock down a three. He had 17 points. But Youth Care Center, led by this guy, Jaden Hudson, he's going to lead the way with 15 points. Look out for that name as Bayside basketball comes around. They win, and they are on to the semifinals. But look, Brandon, really shocked that Y-High or that Live 97.5 team took the L. I just was not expecting that.
No, I don't
but
think
that
either
just really goes to show you how dangerous Laurel can be. You know, we know they aren't the team that we saw a few years ago. They've lost some pieces from that team, but they still have two very good guards in Kylie's Wilson and Javi White. Look, when those guys get going like they did on Monday night, flat out, they are very tough to stop. We saw it all the way when they won 18 straight games a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's the thing is, are they on or are they off on that night? We see them when they're on, they're great. When they're off, not so great. Though.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed when I look at the box scores, though, from all of these games are the free throws. 5 of 16 for Youth Care Center, 4 of 9 for Green Turtle, 4 of 12 for Live 97.5.
Wow.
Laurel gets above 50% with 10 of 15, but that's something to keep an eye on as we go into the season. And it really all comes down to fundamentals. We got to work on our free throws. I mean, these are free points right there. Get in the gym, work on the free throws. It's not the most exciting thing to do. But, you could win or lose a game based on making your foul shots. Laurel showed a lot this week, though, with their comeback in the second half. 97-5 simply didn't have an answer down there in the paint for Night-Fear Griffin, and that will be something to watch with the Tribe coming up this season, I think.
Yeah, lack of post presence or, lack of whatever that Y-High will be missing is something that we have to keep an eye on. All right, Brandon, the 2020 Olympic Games are officially wrapping up in Tokyo later on this week, and we've seen some great performances thus far. So in the spirit of that, I figured we'd check out on some local track stars who won gold before the summer began.
That's right. We are talking to members of the Parkside Boys state title team in this week's Insider Interview.
For me, yes, most definitely. I definitely did. And I know the guys also had this on their mind, and we was always trying to go ahead and make preparations for this and trying to get better each week.
The first meet, I remember we ran a 44.9, and Travis was like, "Oh snap, we're gonna win states," and that just brought to my head. I was like, "Wow, we got an actual shot to win it." So we just kept rolling with it. We kept getting the chemistry. Like at practice, it's always a competition between all of us. Like let's say if we're doing a warm up and we have to run, and we get in front of Travis. Travis is gonna make it a competition. That's what makes us better. That's what makes the team. That's what makes the team great.
We did think we could win states. We just had to get like our relay together. Like it was like we always told ourselves that we could do it. Like it was just putting in the work to do it, you know. I ain't gonna lie, we had a good talk on the way back from regionals. We had a good talk on the bus. We was all like, look, we won regionals with ease. Pretty sure we can do the same thing if we just carry the same energy into states. So, I mean, we went in there with the same mindset. Because, I mean, if you go in there, you go in states with the mindset, oh, we might lose, then you already lost. So we just went in there with the mindset that nobody can beat us.
Like I was looking up all the team's times and all that. And I remember our coach, Zach, he said, we're ranked number 2 for the 4x1. And I was like, oh, snap, we actually got a shot.
I was like, man, come on, man. We got one more, then we go ahead and go home. I said, no matter what, I will always still love y'all and always be here for y'all. Just keep your head up.
When we first got the handoff, the other team had made a mistake. I seen it because like we got to look back at them. So I'm looking back and I see that I don't know. It was a maroon team. They had made like a crucial mistake. Like they messed up their handoffs, and I seen Malachi just fly past them. I said, "Oh yeah, we won." It's an amazing feeling. I always said I wanted 2 things before I left Parkside. That was my state championship and my name on the banner. And I got both in one.
I think it's possible. Like, Salisbury's a small town, small city. But, I mean, it don't matter if it's teams across the bridge. It don't matter if it's teams across the country. Anything can happen. And we honestly just proved it. Over 30 schools, and they were the favorite to win it. And we got the job done.
Congratulations to those guys bringing home the gold, and that is what we are hoping to see with the Olympics. Actually, yes. Team USA actually playing right now, men's basketball, as they look for a gold medal. All right, but speaking of gold, what a day we saw at the White Marlin Open.
Crazy
today.
Night,
was
Trey.
Absolutely golden. The action could not have been any better on the 5th and final day. Early in the day, the theme was tuna. We saw a number of tuna as well as some white marlins make their way to the scales, including a few qualifiers. The craziest part of the day were the blue marlins that came in, along with the winning marlin by Sushi late in this tournament.
Yeah, the white marlin came in, one of the final fish to be weighed, talking about coming down to the buzzer.
Yeah. And
they beat out Fender Bender, who, by the way, had a $5 million fish. They do take home $1.8 million at the end of the night, though. The Sushi is taking home the top prize. They are out of Ocean City, Maryland. Butch Wright is their angler. They win $3.2 million
Amazing.
as the top prize. Now, before that, we caught up with the angler of a blue marlin weighing just over 500 pounds.
Great experience. Catch 100 billfish a year, and this was a great opportunity to catch a nice fish in the White Marlin Open. Great experience. First time. We've been fishing at 30 years, and this is the first time I got to catch a big fish like this. You never really know until you know he gets a little closer and he starts greyhounding and jumping. But great, it was great. Everyone's always, the captain's saying, "Is this the one? Is this the one?" We don't know, but you just have to take a chance. And when he gets a little closer, you have to either bring him on or you don't.
I cannot even imagine trying to fight a fish that big. Absolutely crazy. It
took 4 hours, right, Trey?
4 hours to get the 755-pound blue marlin who actually won the tournament on the boat. But all in all, a crazy night, a crazy tournament. That is a great way to wrap this tournament up. We saw, as you said, Sushi winning the grand prize, $3.2 million. I do feel good for Mike Atkinson and Fender Bender, who caught his fish on Monday and lasted all the way until Friday, until about 9:15 when the docks were about to close.
You feel good for him? He just lost
to have
about
his heart ripped
$3.5
out,
million.
to have his heart ripped out a little bit, but he still gets $1 million. I mean,
he still gets 1.8, but it's not as good as $5 million.
It's not chump change. It's not $5 million.
9:30 at night on the final day of the tournament.
Absolutely right. Look, I'm glad he's still on the leaderboard. That's all I'm happy about.
Oh, yeah. He gets $1.8 million. But you know what? I'm thinking about Sushi right now. They come in at the buzzer, and they get $3.2 million, a boat out of Ocean City. That's awesome
Pretty
to
good.
see.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good stuff. All right, that's going to do it for the A block. When we come back, we're checking out an all-new After the Whistle. Keep it here. You're watching the Delmarva Sports Insider.
Coach Sean Strickland from Milford Football. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.